Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I got a news story for you guys from the Raleigh News and Observer about how Raleigh's top priorities are different between racial and generational lines. Okay, residents are divided among socioeconomic, generational, and racial lines when it comes to the city's most pressing issues, such as growth, affordable housing, and safety, according to a recent survey. Raleigh's older, wealthier white residents overwhelmingly said growth is the top issue, while black and young residents said they are more concerned about the lack of affordable housing. So that's really understandable because as you get older and wealthier, a lot of times you're not quite as concerned about the health and the welfare of the poor community. So not really surprised right there at all. Okay, the city last year commissioned Kansas-based research group ETC Institute to collect feedback on topics such as city services, whether residents feel safe. This is a little bit different, but it's just weird that Raleigh doesn't have a company that take care of that research right in house. So it's weird that they outsourced that survey when they could have use some kind of local company to do that. That would have helped with jobs right there. So that's just weird, in my opinion. Okay, survey participants were asked to pick their top concern among 8 topics: pace of growth, transportation, affordable housing, job opportunities, public safety, social justice, city services, and environmental protection. Results highlight a divide between residents who worry about traffic and development, those who are trying to make ends meet in a growing city that is becoming more expensive to call home. Nice and affordable don't mix right now, Garrett said. You could live someplace that's nice and close to downtown with roommates. You're going to be pushed farther out from the city to live on your own and have to commute. So like she said, nice and affordable doesn't mix, and that's a real problem because that's part of how we have too many social problems with income inequality, is that any affordable housing for poor, working, and middle income people, they're in the, it's those houses for those people are limited in the city, or it's not really available at all, and they have to move outside the city. And that's one thing we really have to work on fixing, is trying to get rid of the gentrification, pushing out all poor people to make a community nicer. More than 64% of black residents who took the survey picked affordable housing as their top concern. Residents who earn less than $60,000 a year also said it was at the top of their list. Like most age group survey takers, ages 18 to 34 were most concerned about Raleigh's growth, but millennials said they were much more concerned about affordable housing than older residents. The results came less than a year after the city council last year raised the property tax rate by 1 cent and bring in $5.7 million to expand this year's affordable housing program from 200 to 325 units. Tax revenue generated by the additional penny is expected to go toward affordable housing each year. So here's some bullshit right here. They only raised the property tax by 1 cent. So instead of doing it by a few $100s or maybe $1,000, boy, I guess all those wealthy people would have been having their pitchforks and a bunch of torches coming out, because over a fucking 1 penny is all they could fucking raise the taxes on. You're not gonna be able to do nearly enough stuff with the community with 1 fucking cent. Oh my fucking gosh. They raised the taxes by a couple $100s or $1,000, especially for the wealthy people. They could have put a lot more money to affordable housing. They could put a lot more money into education, so education across North Carolina is fully funded, and we're not having all these fucking, sales drives every 3rd month and all that bullshit. This is just ridiculous. I mean, Republicans really want to govern the least amount they can. They want to make sure they just barely fund any program that's necessary. Maybe underfund it, and then try to push the people into paying more to get that service. So this is just ridiculous shit right here. And 200 fucking units they had last year. That is not enough units for affordable housing up to 325. We need a lot more affordable housing than that. This is fucking garbage. Then here's a weird statement right here. It says Councilman Bonner Galen said those concerned about growth want to limit development, while those concerned about affordable housing would benefit from an expanded supply of housing to create competition and keep costs down. Affordable housing is not about creating fucking competition. It's about providing poor and working class people an affordable place to live, bringing in more tax revenue to either subsidize any houses or just provide houses that just you're not going to charge a lot for rent. I mean, I don't think it's really that complex or capitalistic based. Oh, well, to make sure that we could provide good services, we have to talk about No, you don't have to talk about fucking competition when you talk about helping poor and working class people. It goes more along. They go more into it, but that's just what I want to talk about. Is I haven't said this earlier, but the state legislator is Republican, so well, even if they're Democrat, they wouldn't be worried too much about helping the poor and the working class people. But being Republicans, they're even more aggressive towards not really trying to provide things like affordable housing and try to create more jobs for working people and things of that sort. So we have to keep fighting to push them to make the most populist policies that they can. Since they're Republicans, we're not gonna get quite what we want, but that's the direction we need to go. All right, love you guys, and thanks for watching.